that covers it for news. But we have some interest pieces, specifically 2 lists that we want to go over. Lists that have been ranked by Japanese fans. And would you want to go over the first one of these lists, Warren?
Yeah, so the first list is one where the Japanese fans ranked the biggest manga to anime fails. Yeah, so I think I'll list all these 10 and then we can talk about it.
Yeah.
So, number 10 is Niero Supernatural Detective. Then we have number 9, which is Soul Hunter, aka Hoshin Engi. 8 is Ping Pong Club, not to be confused with the other anime called Ping Pong from a few years ago. Then we have number 7, Parasite. Number 6, Therme Rome. Number 5, The Flowers of Evil.
Yeah.
Number 4, Great Teacher Onizuka. Number 3, Full Metal Alchemist. Number 2, Terraformers. And then number 1 is Dragon Ball. And I'm not sure if it's some specific part of Dragon Ball. It just says Dragon Ball.
Yeah, if you look on the Goo site, they just show the first volume cover. So presumably
it's Dragon Ball in general.
Yeah, it's the entirety of Dragon Ball. People don't think it.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, so this is kind of interesting, you know? I guess Japanese fans just really aren't keen on the Dragon Ball anime, which is surprising because the Dragon Ball anime is so popular. But I guess goes to show that no one can beat the Toriyama original manga. And then I guess let's kind of address the rest of these. I guess let's go back down to number 10. I've heard that Hero, the anime is just not as good.
Like, it doesn't follow the manga from what I understand.
Yeah, so not surprised there.
I mean, Colton would probably know more about that.
Probably. Too bad he's not on this episode.
Yeah. Why did I have to kill him?
Why?
I think we said enough South Park references.
You can never have enough South Park references. I am the law of the law!
That was just another South Park reference.
Hey, respect my authority!
Okay, Hoshin Engi, I've never read the manga or watched the anime, so I have no opinion on that.
I think we both don't have much to say about Soul Hunter and Ping Pong Club, because seen those, but Parasite,
yeah.
So
I'll admit, with Parasite, character design changes are kind of just dumb.
Yeah.
Like, really dumb.
Yeah. Also, those 2 female characters they added to be Murano's friends were completely pointless. And
they kind of just stopped showing up, though.
They're also annoying, though, because they're all, like, hot for Shinichi for some reason, even though he's supposed to just be this kind of average guy.
I mean, if I recall, the one with the glasses actually was in the manga.
No, she was not.
Yeah, she was, because,
No, she was rewritten to have, a role that, a minor character in the manga originally had. Because originally in the manga, there was this one girl who had a crush on this one guy.
Oh, you mean the guy...
The Parasite guy who was...
Yeah, Shimada.
Shimada. She had a crush on Shimada. And so she tried to ask him out. She confessed to him, but then, Shimada revealed himself or whatever, and, that caused the whole situation. So the anime, used this new character that they made up, and they just put her in that role where this originally nameless character was initially.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, I didn't mind that so much. It was kind of made it more personal to have someone Shinichi knows be threatened by, by Shimada instead of this nameless
someone that we've established as, a character. Yeah, just some random girl.
But overall, I didn't like those 2 new characters because they were very superfluous and very annoying.
Yeah, I mean, beyond that, there's the whole dubstep music in the early episodes.
Yeah, the music usage in the show was pretty off at points, yeah.
I mean, it gets better once, Shinichi and Migi, fuse and stuff, but I can see problems with the anime, but at the same time, it's not really that bad of an adaptation.
Yeah, no, it pretty faithfully adapts the story for the most part.
Story-wise, it's pretty much faithful. most of the problems come from the early character designs and music, for me at least.
I think if anything, the thing that would have improved it would be tighter pacing. Maybe it was a 22-episode series instead of
tighter pacing and completely rewrite that music score.
Yeah. And then Termi Romain. I have read this manga. I enjoy this manga. Have not seen the anime version, but from what I do know of it, it's not the best animated. It's pretty off in terms of pacing.
Isn't it only 6 episodes?
Yeah, it's adapted from a 3-volume manga. But it seems like something that probably would have suffered in the transition from manga to anime, because the manga is just so detailed with, its Roman historical setting, and that's part of the appeal about it, like how detailed like the art is in the manga, and like I'm sure the anime couldn't keep up with that. Flowers of Evil, of course, the rotoscoping screwed everything up.
I mean, I think that's what turns most people off from it, because right here it's a pretty good manga. Yeah, I've seen a few scenes from the anime, and it's just like, it's not aesthetically pleasing at all, which is a problem, but yeah. GTO, like, why?
Yeah, GTO is pretty fun. Like, maybe it's not the best animated.
It doesn't follow the manga, but it's like,
no, it does follow the manga for the most part, but it definitely shows its age. Yeah, but it's still pretty fun. I mean, it's definitely a little toned down compared to the manga. It's also doesn't adapt the entirety of the manga, so maybe that's...
Yeah, but how many animes nowadays don't adapt the entirety of their manga?
That's true, but I'm sure maybe there's just still fans that are salty that, only half the series ever got adapted.
Yeah, I disagree with that one. And then we have Full Metal Alchemist.
I think there's just, like, the same kind of split in Japan as there is in the West over which version is better.
Oh, 2003's terrible. No, Brotherhood's better. Oh, no.
Yeah, because the list doesn't distinguish which one of these, whether it's original or it's the Brotherhood. So, it's probably accounting for both, and it's probably also taking into account, like, both sides who... are arguing that X version is better than Y or whatever. I think that both are pretty good. I prefer Brotherhood overall because I think that their first anime kind of falls apart and some of the, original plot stuff it tries to do doesn't quite work. Brotherhood just feels like more consistently plotted, I like both though. So I think both are pretty good series.
They're different takes on a similar story.
Yeah, so honestly, I think that out of all the series on this list, this is the one that I most disagree with, because...
Yeah, because both are good, so... Then we have Terraformers here. Don't you just love Terraformers?
Yeah, and the censored violence and black bars.
I mean, the censor thing is only, like, in the broadcast version, though. I mean, Crunchyroll even has the uncensored one, so... Maybe it's just that people who've been watching it on broadcast television are just pissed off that there's, like, ridiculous amounts of blacking out. Plus, Blu-rays are pretty expensive in Japan, so...
But I think that about does it for this manga anime list. It could be an interesting topic to think about in the future, but honestly, there aren't really too many manga that I feel have been done poorly in anime form, except for Toriko that really get me mad, but yeah, there are some series that are best read than watched.